says it costs 1,500, but I pay 500 first. So you can see that I only have 1,000. Now this is actually a loan, isn't it? The computer shop are giving me 1,000 to be able to pay them back. So the present value, I think, when we go to here, when we go menu, finance solver, I think the present value is the 1,000 that's coming to me, right? And I'm eventually going to have to calculate the monthly payment, I think, right? So let's go back and find out. In fact, why don't you just read it out to me? How many payments am I going to make? 24. Interest rate? 6.5. 6.5. Now the interest rate here automatically tags to CPY down here. What's the compounding periods for the interest? Is it yearly or monthly? Monthly, brilliant, 12. Now I'm making monthly payments, so that also happens to be 12. Usually they're the same, but not always. Usually, all right? If any doubt, put them the same. Now the final value of the loan needs to be down to 0, doesn't it? I need to pay it all back in those 24 payments. Have I filled everything in here? I have. And you know this payment at? It's always defaulted to end. Just always defaulted to end. And then we're solving for the payment, which is negative 44.55, right? So the payment is $44.55 or euros per month. So the payment is 44 point, what did I say? Oh no. 5545. Oh, thank goodness for that. Well done. Dollars per month. So it's okay to round that up to the nearest cent because that's cash. It makes sense. And then part B. Calculate the total amount paid for the laptop. Well, obviously we've got 44.45 times by the 24, right? So we need to do that calculation.
Plus 500.
Yep. And then, of course, don't forget that we've got the initial 500 that we put down, right? So the laptop costs 1,500, but you've had the pleasure and privilege of paying for it spread out, which makes sense. So your 1,500's turned to 1,566.8. Now, when you're writing this down as your final answer, do the full, but then also 1566. So 1566.80. It's just good, isn't it, to have 2 DP for cash? Not all currencies have 100 of this for one of this. I lived in Oman for a few years. 1,000 bezas makes 1 rial. Interesting. 1,000 bezas to 1 rial. And so we had 100 bezar notes, hundreds notes, and then the smaller coins. And then when you went to the street vendors for egg shawarma, 200 bezas. Long time ago, with lots of hot sauce in. But be very careful with the raw veg. Be very careful. Nice and clean, right? But Finance Solver is right there. The clue was, it's kind of a loan. So the clue was it's a loan, but it was a little tricky to start it off and get your head around there.